Week one of the Bengals season in the books, and Skinny, they're 1-0. It wasn't pretty, but 1-0 for the first time since 2021 when the Bengals made that Super Bowl trip. So maybe a good omen. Again, wasn't pretty, but we'll start off on the defensive side. Some good things to take away from this game overall. What's your take on the defensive performance, Skinny?
I mean, that was the thing we all held our breath on was what was this defense going to look like after the preseason performance. And yeah, there were some times in the first half, especially when they couldn't get off the field, couldn't get a stop. It felt like the couple of long drives, the one to start the second half was a long drive. It looked like, oh, they're never going to get a stop. And then they had to get stops and they got turnovers. I mean, Jordan Battle comes up with the interception and that sets up the game winning field goal when all is said and done. And then the defense puts it away with a turnover and another stop.
I wanted to jump in real quick, Skinny. The first drive of the Browns for the Browns in the first quarter, the defense, it was a long drive for that the Browns put together, but there were opportunities to get off the field, a couple of pass interferences, penalties, I believe 4 in total. But I kind of got the feeling right there is an improvement on this defense, and it showed throughout the game, and especially in the fourth quarter. It does look like Al Golden and some of the new faces on defense, they will be better than last year. Would that be fair to say, you think?
Yeah, and I think the other part is he was able to rotate, basically 8 defensive linemen in there and keep guys fresh. And then you have your closers at the end of the game. You have a fresh Trey Hendrickson coming off the edge, and I think that's pretty important to have that take place. And I think you saw the athleticism of Demetrius Knight today. He was all over the place making tackles. The secondary had some shaky moments, got beat on some underneath stuff, but they also didn't get beat over the top all day. I mean, they didn't give up big plays, and I think there's something to be said for that because they gave up a chunk of big plays last year in a lot of games.
And yeah, you get a team in Cleveland who, it's not high expectations for the Browns this year, but Joe Flacco is, what you're going to get with Joe Flacco. So the fact that they looked serviceable, it's a good sign to go forward and a good sign heading into Jacksonville next week, or to play Jacksonville at home next week. The offense is going to have to improve, though, Skinny, after what we saw today.
Yeah, I think you can hang your hat on that happening. I can't explain why they start slow. I thought it was
Mhm.
always Joe Burrow's injury stuff that led to that. But Cleveland's a good defense. I don't want to discount that part of it either. But you can't discount the fact that in the fourth quarter, the Bengals had negative 18 yards and no first downs and still found a way to win a game. And I think that's the takeaway from this is you found a way to win. The narrative's been that you can't win early in the season. You don't win early in the season. You haven't won early in the season. And even though it was ugly, there's a lot to correct. The end answer is you look at the standings and you are now 1-0. And I think anybody would take that because Joe Burrow isn't having many bad games, and this offense isn't having many bad games. They had one today, and they still won. Last year, remember how many great games they had, and they lost. So I think you take the win and go, the offense will get its act together here at some point.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people that are too concerned in Cincinnati about the offense not figuring it out. If the defense had come out today and given up 30 something points, I think we would have a lot different of a feel for this year, even if they ended up winning, say, 33-30 than winning a 1 point game 17-16. Other thing that I wanted to say, and one thing that I thought about as soon as the game ended was last year, week one, you lose 16-10, had that one touchdown that Tanner Hudson fumbled. Would have been a 17-16 game, just like this one was. But this year, the Bengals find a way to win. So maybe it's a good sign for this year that things might go the Bengals' way in the long run.
Listen, I mean, these count towards what you want to try to do. You want to get the best seed you can possibly get. To your point, would you rather have lost this game 33-30 or won it 17-16? You'll take the 17-16 win and run with the bank.
Absolutely. And like we said, they win week one, and now it's on to week two, the home opener, the Jacksonville Jaguars coming in. What are you looking for in that one on some of the improvements that the Bengals can make and how they move to 2-0?
Yeah, the prediction thing that we did, the column I did, I got Jacksonville as my dark horse playoff team, and they had a very impressive win on this Sunday, and partly both offense and defense. You got some good play from Trevor Lawrence. You got some good play from Etienne, the running back. Their defense held Carolina to 10 points. I do think the offense will get its act together. I think this is the week you see the offense put something together, and they're the ones that win this game for you. You get the defense to win one week, get the offense to win the next week. It's a good recipe.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one in Cincinnati, open in orange once again. Bengals, Jaguars trying to move to 2-0 on the season. Thanks, Skinny.